talking about the Timberwolves, playoffs, the play-in scenario, and all that stuff with our friends and with our friend Matthew Ali Parker. Hey Matthew, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good, good.
All
Well,
right. Can you
this
you can hear me?
yes, sir.
All right. All right. Well, welcome back, Latin Evolution Radio. You're live with Matt, and it's a couple. Had a few games going on for the Wolves, as Isaiah was probably letting you guys know. But yeah, we're
Yeah.
just gonna dive into some stuff that's been going on, basically.
So
As
yeah, we are going to
always,
start talking about all this situation and the game yesterday. The past three games where the Timberwolves lost two. The good news is Carl Anthony Towns coming back to the field and obviously getting ready for the playoffs. They are going to play against Phoenix Suns, right?
correct. We actually just got done playing the Phoenix Suns yesterday, and it was not the best. Uh, we started the game with 10 turnovers in the first quarter, ending the game with, I think, 22 turnovers, giving up 30 points on those. It just was not a good show yesterday. We really couldn't get, our guys, Anthony Edwards, going. I think he only had 7 shot attempts in the whole game. So, yeah, it was just very tough one, especially heading into a series with them. We've had 3 of those games not go our way. Kind of resembling that one, but minus the turnovers. So yeah, we just got our plates definitely very full with Phoenix. Starting Saturday the 20th, we'll be playing. They have not said the time yet, but uh, Saturday is going to be the first game.
It's going to be great. And unfortunately, yesterday they had a chance to get the conference right, winning and went into
Ye-
OKC
Yeah,
lost, but unfortunately,
yesterday we had for the first time ever in the history of the NBA, or since they've been tracking these things, that was the first three-way tie in the West. On the last game, we had the chance to win the number one seed, which was actually taken by OKC. Denver took two, we were three, and so Denver and OKC still has to see who they're going to play. Obviously, whoever makes it out of that play-in. The play-in consists of, so we got the Pelicans, Lakers, Pelicans, Kings, and the Warriors in the play-in. So that, yeah, in those days, I think that is the 16th through the 18th for the play-in. So yeah, I mean it's just a lot of basketball about to be going on, a lot of serious basketball about to be played. Um, have you been kind of tuning in a little bit to the Wolves?
yeah. And then when the playoffs gonna start
Our first game is on Saturday,
this Saturday.
this Saturday.
We're meaning Saturday 21st, 20, yeah, 1920. Yeah, Saturday 20. It's gonna be the first game,
Yeah,
and this series is three of five, right?
one more time.
This series is gonna be played at three, winning three of five games.
No, it's 7 game series,
Oh,
so
okay.
we gotta win 4 of those. We do have the home court being the number 3 seed, but again, this team has beat us by a very large margin 3 times this year. We've only come away with one of those wins. So we just got to figure that out defensively. It's a lot of just matchups that we got to figure out. I was surprised I don't think I seen much of Jaden McDaniels on KD, which I would expect to see. I didn't really see much of Anthony Edwards on Bradley Beal, which I would have liked to see a little bit more of. He scored 36 points. He was huge for Phoenix yesterday. Phoenix just had a great team win. You know, even Kevin Durant didn't even get really too hot. So yeah, it's just
So then, between all the real rivals, has the Timberwolves in the playoffs. This is the worst opponent, right, for the Timberwolves.
I'm not gonna say it's the worst opponent, but matchup wise, so far this is probably gonna be down our line. This might be one of the worst matchups. I think we match up. I even think we match up better with Denver, and I like our chances better with Denver. But we got to get to them. You know, this is a very tough team, very talented team. Even I mean, like I said, Kevin Durant didn't even really have that crazy of a game yesterday. It was Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, even Grayson Allen just kind of showed out. I mean, it's we just got to get it together defensively. We 100% cannot come out with even four turnovers in the first quarter. That's too many, let alone to come out with 10. So hopefully yesterday wasn't a show of what's to come. I don't know exactly what was going on there, but yeah, it's a lot for them to learn from though. On the plus side of that,
Yep, this is the situation with the Order Timberwolves, and we are just expecting, they start on the playoffs and obviously win their series. So,
but we can talk about the playoff picture around the league. So, all right, in the East, we have the number one Celtics waiting to see who they'll be playing. Number 8, number 2 Knicks. Knicks, they had a really good game. Jalen Brunson and Dante DiVincenzo played a lot of minutes yesterday. I think they said he played 53 minutes to seal the deal on that number 2 seed for them. So they'll be playing 7. We got the Bucks, Pacers. That should be an interesting series. Cavaliers, Magic. And then the play-in tournament, the first game of that play-in is going to be 76ers versus Heat, Bulls versus Hawks, and then, so on and so forth there. In the West, obviously, we got the Thunder at number 1, Nuggets at 2, Wolves versus Suns, 3 and 6, Clippers versus Mavericks. The Clippers versus Mavericks is going to be, honestly, the most entertaining, probably. I mean, I'm guessing it's probably going to be the most entertaining first round matchup. Those are 2 really good teams. It sucks that one can't. I mean, only one's going to make it past the first round. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a lot of serious basketball about to be played. We got for the play-in first game, Pelicans versus the Lakers to see who can secure that 7th seed. Kings versus Warriors. And that 9 versus 10, to see who goes on to try to get that final spot.
what are your favorites in each series?
My favorite. So, prediction in these series.
Yes.
Okay, so
Tough,
let's start
right?
with the toughest one is going to be the Clippers versus Mavericks to call, basically, and I'm going to lean towards the Mavericks. Kyrie and Luka have been playing out of their mind together. They just got a really good squad going on over there. They got blew out last night, but that's because they didn't have any starters playing, so that was expected. This Timberwolves Suns, I'm hoping the Wolves can pull it off. Again, like I said, it's gonna be very tough. That's gonna be, honestly, if we can pull that off, it's gonna be great momentum going into later rounds of the playoffs. So, yeah, we just gotta string it together defensively, bring that physicality, and take care of the ball, run our offense. Not getting so stuck in the high post, and I mean, it's just a lot of things going on there. We gotta get Cat you know, to knock the rust off pretty quick here. We'll figure out our rotations a bit better and our matchups. Like I said, it's just a very talented team over there in Phoenix. Number two, I mean, we just got to see how these play-ins go. I am going to take the Pelicans over the Lakers for that seventh seed. So I'm going to say the Pelicans are going to go against the Nuggets first round. I'm going to give that one to the Nuggets. And for the, I say I could see the Warriors pulling this game off. And then for Lakers versus Warriors in that 8 spot, I'm going to give that to the Lakers. And I might even give that first round to the Lakers over OKC. Don't quote me. That's a spicy one to say. All right. Lost Isaiah for a second there.
No, we are here.
Okay, you're still here. You're here. Okay. All right. And let's head over to the East. So, all right. Let's start with bottom to the top. So, number 4, Cavs versus Magic. I'm gonna have to give that one to the Cavaliers. They just got a pretty good squad over there. They were number 2 for a vast majority of the season too. So, injuries kind of bumped them down and shook that spot up. But I do see them figuring out over Orlando. I see the Pacers beating the Bucks first round. It's going to be a tough one for Milwaukee to stomach, but I do see the Pacers advancing in the first round. And then, so for that 7th seed spot, I'm going to say, so we got the 76ers versus Miami, and I'm going to put Miami in there. I think Miami's probably going to do what they got to do right away. I can see them, beating out the Sixers. Then we got Bulls versus Hawks. I'm going to have to give that one to the Hawks. Trae Young's, coming back. He was on minute restrictions when we just seen him, but I could see, them letting him give that a really good go to get into the playoffs. And then we all have 76ers versus the Hawks, which would be honestly a pretty crazy game. I think it was 2 or 3 seasons back. That was the Eastern Conference. Actually, they played the 76ers and beat the 76ers to get into the Eastern Conference Finals. So that'll be good to see, Joel match up against Trae Young again, and a lot of different faces. But I'm gonna have to give that one to the Sixers. I don't really see the Hawks, getting their way all the way in. But I do see the Hawks beating the Bulls, maybe going on the 76ers. Because I mean, it's playoff Jimmy time. I don't see Jimmy, prolonging that. But who knows? These games have to be played. So those are my predictions so far.
So, yep. So then, obviously, we're expecting to the Timberwolves go to the next round. So, under your criteria, what do you think about the last 3-4 games? What the Timberwolves lost 2 and they won 2, but the performance once the Cat Anthony Town returns to the
the team is. I mean, obviously that's a huge part of our team. So whatever is going on surrounding him is gonna affect the team. So him coming back, trying to figure out his, get back into the flow of basketball. He had a couple errant passes yesterday early on in that first quarter where I talked about a lot of turnovers happen. He's just, and we were just playing very fast paced. from my um, perspective of things, getting the ball moved, and since he's been back, kind of he's kind of one of those things that gets us stuck when he gets the ball in his hands, and also defensively, um, I don't know when he's going to be at the top of his game. That's a big thing going against this team. Um, yeah, it's just tough. I think we've been playing like we need to figure things out, and that's a little scary. Going into the playoffs because we got the playoffs this Saturday. You know, so it's a bad time
Yep.
to be trying to figure out those bumps. But I believe in Chris Finch. He has a great vision for things, and it seems like the team, really takes to what he
I
puts
think
out there in his
he's not
coaching.
gonna play. He's not gonna use Finch is not gonna use Anthony Towns too much in the playoffs. Just necessarily, probably I think he just used Carl and the past 3 games just to get some minutes, and take the competition rhythm. And but I think in playoffs it's gonna be very different. And
Yeah, and I mean, like honestly, I don't yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case because they could have been hiding their secret weapon yesterday, which is Nas Reed. Nas Reed only had 10 minutes in the game with with 5 minutes on the clock in the third quarter. So he's been very key for us. Nikhil Alexander Walker. Just, I mean, it's a lot of faces I didn't really see a lot of in that game yesterday, but we got 7 games coming up with these guys if it goes that far. So it's gonna be a lot of different things we're gonna see. Um, but yeah, we just got to figure out the whole playing with Cat thing. But
yeah, yep,
and
yep, yep.
he's been gone so long, and just to come back 3 games, before the playoffs is really tough.
Yeah, because even they do not feel. I mean, obviously they feel the cat absence on the lockers, but I think in the field they do not missing him a lot once he was injured.
Yeah, no, they
But
they started to thrive a bit more. You started to see guys really step up and show like what they could do for this organization. Jaden McDaniels was, you know,
and they did
at
it
his
really well.
best.
So
Honestly, at his best offensively, he's been this season. Again, Nas Reed put up crazy numbers. Rudy Gobert is always going to be doing what he does.
it's a warranty.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just play with a different identity without him. Obviously, we need all the help we can get going into these playoffs, but we got to figure out what that's going to look like with him on the court.
yeah.
Um, Another big news: we are 10 days away from that draft, the NFL draft.
Yes,
10 days.
the clock is starting counting back. So I don't know if it's gonna be a good news or bad news for the Vikings.
The thing is,
The
we are gonna
specialists are
know.
saying
We're gonna know
specialists
right
are
away.
saying that they are need to bring a lot of draft capital to get one of those guys, so Dry Mai or JJ. Um,
And you see, Justin didn't sign that extension.
Not yet.
Not yet.
One of those rumors is that the Justin is waiting to know who is going to be the new quarterback. Because obviously, and I can understand, most of the 80% of his performance depends of his quarterback too.
100%. Yes, it
You
definitely
know,
does.
so if it's JJ McCarty or is Drake May, he needs to know. In once the Vikings had the new quarterback, then I think it's not gonna be a big problem to renew with the Vikings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's gonna be very interesting, but we'll know right away what what we're dealing with if we trade up or you know.
Yeah. So
I really like JJ. I'm fine with JJ. I don't. I mean, I think he's a great quarterback. I think he would, has a lot. He has a very high ceiling as far as just the things he can learn over the next few years with the organization and
exactly.
implement pretty soon here.
I think for the situation, the best quarterback who's gonna fit with the new Vikings era is JJ McCarthy for under my criteria, even more than Drake May.
It makes the most sense to me. Um,
Yeah,
I would love to have a guy like that here.
it's a
That
good
is a
dilemma, right?
stud of a quarterback. Yeah, that is a stud of a quarterback. And I mean, I can already hear it. JJ to JJ, JJ to JJ to JJ,
Yeah,
JJ to JJ. That's all you're
yeah,
gonna hear. That's all you're gonna hear.
yeah. But even Quasi and O'Connell, and they need to figure out about the centers and the people, because even Reisner is not renewable his contract yet, and he is being free agent. And under my criteria, they need to the Vikings need to offer a new contract for him because he did it really well last season.
Yeah, this has been it's been a crazy. It's kind of been not the most hectic that I've seen, but it's been a pretty crazy off season with the trade. You seen? I mean, obviously you noticed the one that involved Stephon Diggs going to the
In the
Texans.
Bucks first round, Vikings need to offer a new contract for him because. Oops.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Stephon Diggs to the Texans. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of craziness going on still right now.
even don't two of the most important actors in that the Minneapolis Miracle are in Texans now. They
Yep.
reunited Stephon Diggs and the quarterback. Help me remember his name. Remembering his name,
There's a Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, that's a name I can never forget. Case Keenum.
So
That's
they're
just
going to be a
crazy.
really good contender, huh? They have
It
really
looks
nice
like it.
weapons.
They even got and they've got Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon in the backfield. So like they're looking pretty tough. Daniil Hunter leading their
Yeah,
defense.
yeah.
Uh the Texans are looking pretty tough. But they
Hmm.
are in a very much tougher AFC, so
Yeah.
they can look as tough as they want to.
It's going to be a really nice competition, really nice tournament, really nice league next. They're going to
This
start in September, right?
it it is 100% the Chiefs' league next year. Like it's just one of those things. It's a crazy thing that come off a championship. You know you're the defending champs, but to come off two, it is 100% just all about the Chiefs next year. I think all eyes are going to be on the Chiefs from the start to finish. I think once they lost to the Lions in the beginning of the last season, people kind of like over start to overlook them, which you should never ever do ever. Even when like we seen the Ravens getting as hot as they were, the Chiefs are just crazy. They're a
Yeah.
really good organization.
And just to remember, even to yesterday, I hear a rumor where there's the people say Atlanta Falcons they are gonna switch their pick with Vikings because that all that situation that it comes after the
Switch
Kirk
or they're gonna give
Cousins.
our? Or wouldn't we just get their pick then?
No, no, no. They're gonna give their pick 8, and Vikings are gonna switch the pick 11 with them. This is like a penalty for all that situation that it comes that it happens with Kirk Cousins, and
I feel like Kirk was just doing the Vikings one more favor.
you think so?
Yeah, he did us a big favor by leaving, and then he did us another favor by snitching on his new team essentially. Yeah, but that's
So
what we
yeah,
got going on. Draft coming up, yes, but for the next 10 days until then, there's gonna be a lot of basketball talked about.
yep,
You got anything to
yep,
add to
yep.
this?
Something
Talk
else
about the
you want to
loons.
say?
Give me a little.
Not much to say. They lost last Saturday against Houston Dynamo. It's many things to fix in that team, and the brain of the midfielder, the Argentinian guy Emmanuel Reynoso, is still being in Argentina, and even he don't go to his green card appointment and the American embassy. So they are trying to figure out how he can do it just to get the green card and release one of those international spots in the roster. But now the dilemma is they need to bring him back, or they need to release him to another team and get another guy. But this unfortunately this the Loons depends a lot of the offensive talent of
Okay.
Emmanuel Reynoso. So not much to do.
I'm gonna do a little research on this WNBA draft, but I seen a mock draft where it said we might get Angel Reese at number 7. So I don't even know when the WNBA draft is.
So well, then
Let's see. We got that. Yeah, that's basically all I got. Just a bunch of Timberwolves. Um, seeing it through. It's been great, doing media with them this season. Representing Latin Evolution. Obviously, we still got the playoffs going, but it was just pretty cool to wrap up the season yesterday. I didn't go to all of the games, but I've been to a great majority of them that were home this season. So, and I'm looking forward to just doing this in the future. So,
yep.
it's been pretty cool. It was really nice to wrap up my first regular NBA season. Covering those
Great
games.
experience, right?
It's an amazing experience. I'm truly
Yeah.
blessed to be doing what I'm doing.
Yep. So well, then think see you next Monday again in Live with Matt and bring in more updates regarding the Timberwolves and the Vikings too.
Yeah. All right. Till next time, Latin Evolution Radio. Have a good
All
one.
right. See ya.
All right. See ya.
Esto fue Live with Matt, con tu querido Matt and Matthew Parker.